Something's been feeling off, right, for the past decade or so. It's this subtle shift, but it's huge. And it's not about our phones or the internet, not really. It's deeper. It's about our relationship with truth. And I've got a story that just perfectly captures what's going on. So, the narrator in our source material tells this story. They're confronting someone who is just lying through their teeth, boldly. And finally, they've had enough. They just ask, flat out, do you have a conscience? And the person, they don't even blink. They look right at them, almost with a little smile, and say, no, I have none. Just like that. Okay, so that moment, it's pretty chilling, right? But here's the thing. It's not just some one-off story. It's like a perfect little snapshot of a much bigger shift that's happening all around us. It points to a totally new and honestly kind of scary way that lying works now. And get this, the shocking part wasn't the lie itself. I mean, come on, people lie. That's not new. The real shocker was how they lied. Straight up, eye contact. No sweat, no stuttering. It was like the lie wasn't something to be ashamed of. It was just stated. Almost like they were proud of it.
So what we're seeing here is a huge evolution in the game of lying. It's not about a slip-up or a moral failing anymore. It's become something else, a cold, hard strategy. And we really got to break this down, because understanding this shift is everything if you want to make sense of the world right now.
Think about how lying used to work, maybe back in the 80s or 90s. If you lied, you probably felt bad about it, right? You'd look away, get nervous. There were tells. It was a transgression, a breaking of the rules. But now, totally different ballgame. The lie is a weapon. It's a strategic move and a power play. It's not about hiding the truth anymore. It's about showing that you're so powerful the truth doesn't even apply to you.
And that's really what's behind this new kind of lie. The message is basically this. I'm lying to your face. I know I'm lying, and there's not a single thing you can do about it. The real power play is in that complete and total indifference. It's the not caring about being caught that gives them the edge.
And hey, this isn't just about what people say. This whole performance has gone visual. It's everywhere. It's in the very look and feel of our world now. It's almost like we're living inside this giant, perfectly curated simulation, and we're all playing a part. I mean, just pull out your phone. Seriously, your social media feed is packed with it. Those filters that make skin look like glass, the candid photos that were actually staged for an hour, the digitally perfected bodies. We know it's not real. But that's the wild part. We play along. We even like it and reward the performance. So the big takeaway here is that the fakeness, the artifice, isn't something to be hidden anymore. It is the show. It's out in the open, and we celebrate it. It's like we've gone from trying to cover up our flaws to just creating a completely flawless, fake version of reality. And the better your fake reality looks, the more praise you get. And you can bet the youngest generations are soaking this all up. The source material mentions seeing middle schoolers, we're talking 12, 13-year-olds, using pro-level makeup skills not just to play around, but to build a brand, to craft a persona. They're learning a really powerful lesson, and fast. Your value, your very existence in this new world, depends on how well you can manufacture your own desirability. Okay, so this whole thing, the normalization of the lie, both in what we say and what we show, it's not just a random trend. It actually has a name. Academics and thinkers call it the post-truth era. So let's get into what that really means. Now, the key words in this definition are more influential. Post-truth doesn't mean facts don't exist anymore. Of course they do. What it means is that objective facts have been, well, demoted. They're not in the driver's seat anymore when it comes to shaping what people believe. Instead, feelings, personal beliefs, and pure spectacle are what really move the needle. So, how does this actually work psychologically? It's kind of like a three-step process. First, you get flooded with content that's designed to make you feel something strong, anger, fear, whatever. Second, those strong emotions basically flip a switch in your brain that bypasses your critical thinking. It's hard to think rationally when you're seeing red. And third, once that's happened, you'll pretty much accept any piece of information, true or false, as long as it confirms how you're already feeling and makes you feel like part of your group. And you can see how this plays out in politics, right? People will follow a leader not because they're spitting facts, but because that person is a perfect vessel for their tribe's feelings, their anger, their identity. The leader becomes this emotional totem. And when that's their role, whether what they're saying is actually true, well, it starts to matter a whole lot less. So, that leads us to the big, unavoidable question. What's the price tag on all this? When lying becomes normal and facts are just, optional, what's the actual cost to us as a society? This is the real so what part.
Well, what we're talking about is more than just a social trend. The fancy term for it is an epistemological crisis. And all that really means is that the very system we use to know things is breaking down. Think about it. If we can't even agree on basic, objective facts, how on earth are we supposed to solve big, complicated problems together? It's impossible.
Okay, so is there a way out of this mess? Is there an antidote? The writer Nassim Taleb points to a really powerful idea called skin in the game. And it's super simple, really. It just means you have to face the real-world consequences of what you say and do. It's about accountability. It forces what you say to line up with reality, because if it doesn't, you pay a price. Let's just put these two worlds side by side. In a society with skin in the game, things like honor and integrity actually matter, because if you lie, there are consequences. Your words have weight. Truth is like a North Star. But in a society without it, which is kind of where we're heading, cynicism is the smart play. Lies don't cost anything, so they spread like wildfire. Fakeness gets you applause, and the lie, well, it's just another tool in the box. And that brings us to the final question, really, the one we all have to grapple with. In this collective masquerade where everyone's wearing a mask, what can we actually build that's real? What can you build that's real? Because maybe, just maybe, the answer to that question is what will decide what comes next for all of us.